So I don't know about you, but growing up, my mum was pedantic about how we cleaned our rooms. In fact, she was so pedantic, she used to make us make our beds kind of military style. Now, I love my mum to death and I love her dearly, but something she was particular about was our hospital corners on the corners of our bed. And a guy called Charles Duhigg has written a book called The Power of Habit. And he talks about how in the military that they make these, they make their beds military style, but they're so pedantic about them because they create a leverage in terms of discipline for the day. And the military refer to them as kind of a keystone habit. So in other words, they're a habit that have leverage in them that create the discipline for the rest of the day. And if you look at your LinkedIn profile, I think it's really easy to get caught up in how many connections you have, how much of your profile's filled out, if you have an all-star rating, how many people liked a comment that you made or liked an article that you wrote. And all those things actually don't really matter. I think that there are some metrics that really do matter, and I reckon there are 3. The first one you really need to focus on is your search engine optimization. So your search engine optimization, or SEO, you might have heard of it before. That means that LinkedIn, at the end of the day, is a search engine. So you need to be able to be found. And I always say to people, there's someone out there trying to find you. Just make it easy to be found. So make sure you have the keywords in your profile that you want to be found for, not necessarily what you've done in the past. The second one is this one. Now you might be thinking, oh, is she going to swear? No, I'm not swearing. It's the first 4 seconds. So when someone lands on your profile, in 4 seconds, they're going to make a decision really quickly about you. So you have to, when you land on your profile, you need to make sure that your profile captures exactly what you do, who do you help, you've got some thought leadership there, and most importantly, your photo. You're 7 times more likely to have someone click through and look at your profile if you have a photo on there. So make sure that's on there. And the third one is your positioning. You need to have some thinking on there. If you haven't got something to say, then you might be finding you're sort of holding back, or maybe you're afraid of what people will think of you, or you don't know what to write. Your positioning is so powerful, and it's the way that people buy you or perceive you. So if you can have some positioning on there, or in other words, your thought leadership, make sure you have some articles on there that capture exactly what you do and how you help. But make sure they're insightful and they're not adding to noise, like how to do the top 10 tips on blah. If you can do those 3 things, then you're going to really be measuring the metrics that matter, and you'll be able to have an impact, influence and persuade your audience, and they'll want to engage with you.